Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen. It's Vance, Capley in Tennessee and Dave Goode in New York. And we're trapped in our homes and we can't get out. And we're going stir crazy, I tells you.
Coming to you from parts unknown, it's Vance Capley talking comics, graphic design, and art. Sit back and enjoy tonight's episode.
Aside from that, this whole thing has messed it up so bad. I usually go down to Tennessee in the summer, go down there for a week. Vance and I work on strips. We work on a whole bunch of stuff, and this year we're not going to be able to do that. It's really getting on my nerves.
Yeah, it's messed up everyone's work schedules. It's messed up everyone's paychecks, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't want nobody getting sick or nothing, but I also don't want people going broke and begging in the streets, you know. So, I don't know. Anyway, now, me and Dave are always talking about alternate versions, not alternate versions, but, what's the word I want?
Alternate universe.
Alternate universes. Yes. One thing that we both have talked about, you know, when we're hanging out in real life and stuff, is the 68 comeback special, Elvis Presley. And one of the things that I always imagine, you know, in my little alternate universe in my head, is right after the show, Elvis walks up to Colonel Tom Parker and he says, "I quit. I'm done with you." And he takes off and starts a whole new musical.
My boy, it's over, Colonel.
It's done. I'm done. And he starts a new musical career. Now, in my timeline, when he does this on that night, he gets Scotty and the boys, they take off. And they're already in the South. So in 68, they begin the Southern rock movement 2 years ahead of time, basically.
That would have been cool.
Oh my gosh, yes. Not only does it change the face of... Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Vance. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Not only does it change the face of the history of Southern rock music, but it also changes the sound of it. So the Allman Brothers...
sound much better.
Yeah. So your Allman Brothers and Leonard Skinner's and ZZ Top, they're going to be listening to Elvis to get direction. So their music changes, and it becomes this...
Excuse me 1 minute. They were already looking to Elvis for direction.
True. But I also think that if Elvis stayed away from the Colonel, in my opinion, my personal opinion, I think he wouldn't have been on the heavy medications. And I think the only reason he'd get fat is from those peanut butter and banana sandwiches. and I think he'd be like doing...
Have you ever had one of those? I mean, just for the hell of it, have you ever...
I've had
a peanut butter and banana sandwich?
I've had that, but Elvis's was different. It had peanut butter, bacon, banana, and mayonnaise, and it was fried. And I'm not going to put mayonnaise and bacon and peanut butter and a banana on a sandwich. I might try it one day, but I don't know if that combination would settle my stomach. But so anyway, I think he would have lived a long life. He'd be making appearances, you know, like Jerry Lee Lewis is still alive. He'd be making, you know, Elvis be making appearances on talk shows and.
Well, the killer.
Yeah.
Was what's his name? The Rolling Stone, Keith Richards. Everybody talks about, you know, how he should be dead and buried by now. Look at the killer.
Exactly.
Okay, the killer set the standard for that. He used to say, and you know, there was that rivalry between him and Elvis, and he would just say, Elvis Aaron Presley killed himself over a woman. Hell, it took 6 of them to get me where I am, and I'm still kicking. I'm slowing down, but I'm still fast. I mean, I love Jerry Lee.
Me too.
Yeah, he's a crazy beast.
Okay, so alternate histories beginning 68 again? And where would you take Elvis that night?
Well, unfortunately, I did hear Elvis say some things about, like, he'd like to shuck it all and just take the sweet inspirations and just become a gospel band.
Oh, yeah.
So that, that's always in my head when I think about that. I can see him doing the Southern rock thing, but I'm also, hearing how he wanted to do, just take the girls and become a gospel group.
Oh, wow. I didn't, yeah, that's true.
Did you ever notice that Elvis had all those gospel, here he was supposedly this bad boy and everything. He always had gospel groups as his backup singers.
Oh, yes.
The Imperials, there was somebody else, the Sweet Inspiration. That was kind of cool in itself.
Yeah, true. I didn't even think about that. You had mentioned Jerry Lee Lewis earlier. You remember he started doing more religious stuff. I think it was the early 70s, late 60s, somewhere along in there, for a brief minute. So, do you think Elvis would be like still doing shows, doing gospel shows or whatnot?
It would have been interesting.
Oh,
Remember,
yeah.
Little Richard went that route at one point.
This is true.
But the only thing about Elvis and the Southern rock thing after 68,
Yeah.
I don't know if he'd be dressing up like Captain Marvel Jr.
No. I think he'd go with blue jeans and a nice shirt or something. If he's on Rock Out. But I don't think he would have grew his hair out long though. Just not Elvis.
Yeah. So there's that one concert where a little girl did a painting of him or drawing of him, gave it to him. He was on stage, and he said, "Look at that! It looks like Engelbert Humperdinck." And I was saying, "Yeah, Elvis, you grew your hair out a little bit too long there."
Yeah, true. I was just thinking, I don't think one thing even in alternate history, I don't think Elvis would have ended up at Branson doing shows. Just not Elvis.
Yeah.
Or would he? No, he wouldn't. No.
Remember, we're talking speculation here, folks.
Exactly. This is just
things that are popping in our heads.
Oh.
Well, I'll tell you another thing that disappointed me, and hey, I'm a big Elvis fan, so I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying.
Right.
At some point, I wish he had grown up. And just done something. It's like he could never stick with anything. I mean, we all know about his obsession with law enforcement.
Right.
And supposedly he offered any help he could give to Buford Putzer.
That's awesome. Beyond awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome and stuff, but you know what he could have done?
Yeah?
Do you remember who produced the first Walking Tall movie?
No, I can't remember.
That's a Bing Crosby production.
Oh, that sounds like a great idea.
Wouldn't it have been something if Elvis had decided, hey, you know what? Let me get into the movie production side, the producing side of movies.
Hey, that's a good point. He could have made Charo too. Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest Elvis movie ever.
Please, Vance. You're going to make me ill.
Yeah, I gotta say it.
I know you were. I gotta admit, he looks good in Charo.
Oh, man.
But that's about it.
Now, did he ever actually
what?
Did he ever actually go forward with his karate film or not?
And you know what? That's not even his Western.
Did Elvis ever go forward at any point with his karate film idea, or is it just rumor?
Well, no, there's he actually and there you go. I don't know why it didn't get some sort of big release. Maybe it's because it was a documentary.
Yeah.
What was it? Modern Gladiators? That on DVD. I have a copy of it. But, yeah, that's what, he had a love for karate.
Of course.
And he produced a documentary. And like I said, this is where he should have, at one point, just grabbed a hold of himself. And he should have went whole hog trying to get that out there.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody found it in a storage space.
Yeah.
And it got released on DVD.
It's crazy.
That should have been in the theaters, man.
Could you imagine? Another alternate history thing just popped in my head. An alternate universe thing in my head. Elvis and Bruce Lee together.
Well, that was a rumor for a long time that, when Kung Fu Mania was running wild and Bruce Lee was like the biggest star in the world, MGM wanted to get them together to do a movie, and I just can't see it. I mean, it's a great idea, but what would happen? Bruce Lee would end up playing Kato again.
Yeah.
To whatever character Elvis was playing. Like, I pictured in my mind that, okay, Elvis is playing a rock star. It would have been like the original I Spy.
Yes.
With Elvis playing a secret agent who's able to go into different countries and such as a rock star, and Bruce Lee would have been playing his bodyguard.
Yeah.
Once again.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee would be playing Kato again. Look at Enter the Dragon, which was supposed to be Bruce Lee's big out film and such. And, people look at it finally as, oh, yeah, Bruce Lee is starring it. No, he's not. John Saxon's the hero. Truly, Jim Kelly's the hero.
John Saxon.
But
hey, what if they replaced John Saxon with Elvis in Enter the Dragon? Speaking
then you'd have somebody who Elvis would have looked better than doing karate. I'm sorry, I know you're a big John Saxon fan.
Huge John Saxon fan. Tell the folks what we were talking about the other day that I didn't know. That John Saxon wasn't even supposed to be in Enter the Dragon.
Exactly. William Smith, and I'm not talking about the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'm talking about the real William Smith, Big Bill Smith, king of the biker films.
Yes.
Falcon Eddie and Rich Man, Poor Man.
Yes.
Joe Riley and Laredo, if you go back far enough. Yeah, he was supposed to be... He was supposed to have the John Saxon role in Enter the Dragon, but he had some other commitment, had to do some reshoots or something in the movie The Last American Hero, and he wasn't available.
Oh,
and that ticks me off, because if you watch Enter the Dragon and you listen to the lines that John Saxon has, you can easily hear Bill Smith reciting those lines. And more importantly, John Saxon has the big showdown with Bolo, a.k.a. the Chinese Hercules.
John Saxon John Saxon's a great actor, but he's not built to fight Bolo.
I mean, I just think of, here you have William Smith playing the Roper character, and what I really see in that film is he's wearing the martial arts gi until the climatic showdown with Bolo. Bolo has been walking through the movie shirtless. And he's like, hey, I'm Bolo the Brute. And it would have just been great. He's trying to intimidate Big Bill, and Bill takes off his gi top. And it's like, oh, I got a fight on my hands here.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's been sensational.
No, we know. We was discussing Elvis, and we said that he did karate. That he actually could do karate. Now,
Right.
William Smith, what is he trained in martial arts wise?
Oh, I couldn't say what style he was, but he holds several belts.
Fantastic.
And I was just thinking of one thing. We were talking about Elvis, and maybe he should have produced Walking Tall instead of Bing Crosby. But, you know, his chief bodyguard, Rick West, is in Walking Tall.
Wow, cool.
Now, come on, Tennessee boy, like you didn't know that?
Ah, that I did not know. That is good info. I love stuff like that.
Has a very brief part in it. He plays the sheriff of a different county
Okay.
that calls in Buford to help break up a moonshine operation. But hey, there's Red West. And then you see that and you say, yes, why didn't Elvis produce this?
Oh my gosh. But I do like Bingo's producing because I love Hogan's Heroes.
I'm sorry?
I like Bingo's producing as well. I'd love to see Elvis produce films, but I like Bing Crosby's producing, especially Hogan's Heroes. You know, that was one of his. Yeah. And there was a couple of war movies I think he did too. But anyway, I'm rambling. Sorry. And then a sip of drink.
No problem. While you're rambling, I'll just sneak in one more thing. One of Elvis's ex-bodyguards talked about how Elvis wanted to make a movie with him as some sort of take-no-names type of secret agent or detective. Sort of like a white John Shaft.
Oh, cool.
And that. Once again, it goes back to, well, you got the money. you could go to somebody with this idea. It just didn't make sense that he did. This is what he would have liked to do. Excuse me, do it yourself.
He had enough money and the connections. He could have done that.
Yeah.
But I'm betting toward the end there because of all the stuff that all the medicines he was being given. His brain was pretty much mush. I wonder.
No.
I just
We'll never know. Like you said, this is just alternative
exactly
history going through our heads right now.
Oh my goodness! For those of you who have never tried to do this, think of somebody famous or a book you've read or something like that, and then start thinking about kind of like, well, what if this happened, or what if this happened? It's a fun exercise for your mind, especially if you're cooped up in your house and you can't get out. It's really fun, long as you keep your head straight though, and don't get all crazy. Instead of
as Will Chamberlain used to say when somebody would bring up, oh geez, if this didn't happen, he would have broke all your records. And Will used to say, yeah, and if your grandma had bleach, she'd be your grandpa. Yeah, don't take it too far.
Exactly. Oh. Well, we had a lot of fun, and we will see you on the next show. Talk to you soon, Dave.
Okay, enjoy yourself, care. And as Roy Rogers used to say, goodbye, good luck, and may the good Lord take a liking to you.
Bless you, brother.
Coming to you from parts unknown, it's Vance Capley talking comics, graphic design, and art. Sit back and enjoy tonight's episode.
Somewhere in a remote, uncharted region of the planet called Earth stands the laboratory of Captain Zero, research explorer in time and space. In this secret location, known only to a few in the outside world, Captain Zero and his associates experiment in time and space to learn from the past,
to plan for the future. Contact has been established. We now transmit you direct to the laboratory of Captain Zero. Please stand by.
Have you recently lost interest in your favorite comic heroes? Do the current stories make you feel bored, restless, even lethargic? Are you reading back issues out of the 50-cent bin more often than not? Friends, you are not alone. There are thousands just like you, and the cure is Devil Bat. Devil Bat is a 48-page adventure comic by Vance Capley, released by Visual Comics and available through LULU.com. Side effects include lack of sleep, increased adrenaline, antsiness for the next story, and really wanting to buy more Devil Bat merchandise. Ask your comic shop if Devil Bat is available for you, or get your copy at LULU.com. Isn't it time for good comics again? Let Devil Bat start you on that journey today.
Vance Capley is a self-taught artist who has worked in various mediums, including drawing, painting, and graphic design for over 20 years. He now has his designs here on TeePublic. Old school, unique, stylish. He is also available to help you with your original TeePublic designs. Make sure you visit Vance Capley Art 1972 at teepublic.com. You'll be glad you did.